On a cold October morning in coastal Oregon, a hiker spotted a woman's scarf snagged on a branch near the edge of a rocky cliff. Beneath it was a purse, soaked, muddy, and belonging to Mara Delaney, a 34-year-old woman who had been missing for 2 days. Inside the purse were her keys, phone, and a handwritten note that simply read, "I'm sorry, I can't keep running." Within hours, deputies launched a search and rescue operation along the shoreline. Waves crashed violently against the rocks, making recovery nearly impossible. After hours of searching, they found a single sneaker floating near the breakers. The sheriff's office declared it highly likely that Mara had fallen to her death. News outlets picked up the story. Oregon woman feared dead after cliffside fall. Vigils were held. Flowers were placed near the cliff. Social media mourned what they assumed was another tragic story of a woman overwhelmed by life. But detectives weren't fully convinced. Mara was facing felony charges for embezzling over $200,000 from the medical clinic where she worked. Her court date was scheduled for the following week, and her lawyers admitted she feared prison more than anything. Still, staging a death felt far-fetched. Then a strange detail emerged. Hours before her death, Mara was caught on a convenience store camera buying rope, waterproof bags, and canned food. The timing was suspicious, but nothing proved she didn't fall. That changed when a search dog alerted near a patch of flattened grass above the cliff, not below it. It looked like someone had climbed down using gear, not fallen helplessly. Detectives began to suspect the unthinkable. Mara wasn't dead. She was running. And if they were right, she had at least a 48-hour head start. Detectives began reconstructing Mara Delaney's last known movements, starting with that convenience store footage. They pulled the security logs from the nearby highway toll readers, and one detail immediately stood out. A car matching the description of Mara's old sedan passed through a toll booth 3 hours after her purse was found at the cliff. This was impossible, unless the purse was planted. Detectives quickly located the car using license plate cameras, but when they reached the spot where it was abandoned, a strip mall parking lot, Mara was long gone. Inside the car were empty food wrappers, a gas station map, and an unopened burner phone still in its packaging. She was preparing for a long disappearance. Investigators went back to her house to search for anything she might have taken with her. Closet emptied, drawers ransacked, clothes missing. And on her desk, beneath piles of old bills, they found a receipt for a campground reservation in Washington. The dates? 2 days after her supposed death. The search widened instantly. While the sheriff's office coordinated with state police, the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force stepped in. The case had officially shifted. Mara wasn't a missing person anymore. She was a fugitive evading federal prosecution. News channels updated their broadcasts. Officials now suspect Oregon woman may have faked her death to avoid embezzlement charges. The internet exploded with theories. Some said she planned the whole thing for months. Others believed she had outside help. True crime forums tracked sightings from grocery stores and gas stations across 3 states, though most were false alarms. But one lead wasn't false. A camper in rural Washington reported seeing a woman who looked exactly like Mara, paying for a night in cash, wearing a hoodie and keeping her face hidden. She left before sunrise, moving toward the dense mountain trails. The marshals knew this meant one thing. Mara wasn't just hiding. She was trying to disappear completely. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. The U.S. Marshals arrived at the Washington campground less than 12 hours after the reported sighting. The camp manager confirmed everything. The woman had used the name Marcy Dillon, paid in cash, and avoided eye contact. She carried only a backpack, a small food bag, and what looked like climbing rope, the same kind detectives believed she used to stage her fall. They pulled surveillance from the tiny reception shack. The footage was grainy, but the figure matched Mara's build and mannerisms perfectly. She kept her head down, hands tucked in her sleeves. More importantly, she wore hiking boots, not the sneakers recovered near the cliff. Another confirmed detail: Mara planned to travel on foot. Her direction of travel suggested she was heading straight into the Kinlaw mountain range. a remote and unforgiving stretch of wilderness known for harsh weather and minimal cell service. For a fugitive, it was ideal. For anyone else, it was a death trap. Marshals deployed drones, thermal scanners, and tracking dogs. But the dense canopy interfered with the aerial scans, and the rocky ground made footprints unreliable. Still, the dogs caught faint traces of her scent near a stream leading deeper into the forest. That night, a storm rolled in, brutal winds, sideways rain, temperatures dropping near freezing. Search teams pushed in anyway, believing Mara was caught in the storm with limited supplies. Early the next morning, they found a makeshift campsite, a burned-out fire ring, an empty can of beans, and a torn page from a journal. The writing was shaky. "I can't let them take everything from me. I just need more time." On the ground nearby was something more disturbing. A blood smear on a rock. Fresh. Had Mara injured herself? Or was someone helping her? The marshals pressed deeper, knowing the storm and the injury meant one thing. Mara was slowing down. Her freedom and her illusion of death was running out of time. By the fourth day of the manhunt, the Kinlaw Mountains were crawling with search teams. The weather had cleared, but the forest was soaked, slippery, and dangerous. Still, the marshals believed Mara was close. Her abandoned campsite and the trail of blood meant she was injured, and likely desperate. Just after sunrise, a thermal drone picked up a faint heat signature near an old fire road that hadn't been used in years. But when the team hiked to the location, the spot was empty. No person, no belongings, only a soggy trail of boot prints leading toward an abandoned ranger outpost deeper in the woods. The ranger station had been closed for over a decade due to structural issues, but locals sometimes used it during storms. When the marshals entered the warped wooden cabin, the smell of smoke and damp clothing hit immediately. Someone had been there recently. Inside, they found a pile of blankets, a cracked lantern, and a first aid kit missing half its contents. Bloodied gauze lay on the floor, but one clue stood out among the mess. A cell phone charging cable, despite the cabin having no electricity. Someone with a vehicle had been here. Someone who likely brought Mara supplies. This changed everything. They checked nearby dirt tracks and found fresh tire marks, deep grooves from an older pickup truck. A nearby game camera, used by wildlife researchers, caught a blurry image. A truck pulling up to the ranger outpost the night before. The driver was a man, face obscured by a hood. Mara wasn't alone. She had help. If she reached a vehicle, she could be anywhere within hours. The marshals split into units, tracking the tire patterns down the muddy fire road. That's when they found it, the truck, half submerged in a ditch. The passenger door was open. Footprints led back into the woods. Mara had crashed. Her escape partner vanished. And the trail was hot again. She was closer than ever. For nearly 6 months, the woman the world believed to be dead lived quietly under a new identity in a rural town 2 states away. She dyed her hair a deep copper red, wore thick glasses she didn't need, and worked late-night shifts at a roadside diner where no one asked questions. To the locals, she was Emily Hyde, a shy newcomer who kept to herself. To law enforcement, she was still Melissa Crane, a wanted fugitive who had faked her own death to escape felony fraud and embezzlement charges involving over $300,000. But while Melissa had successfully fooled investigators, she hadn't accounted for one thing. The internet never forgets. Her mistake came from a single careless moment, posing in a photo taken by a tourist at the diner. The picture was posted online, and although Melissa was blurred in the background, her distinct bracelet wasn't. It was the same handmade turquoise band she'd been wearing in the last known photo before her death. A retired FBI analyst, who had been following the case as a hobby, recognized the bracelet immediately. He submitted the tip to authorities, unsure if it would lead anywhere. But with nothing else to go on, a special fugitive task force was deployed to the small town. On a cold Tuesday morning, Melissa walked out behind the diner to take a break. She lit a cigarette, exhaled, and froze. For unmarked SUVs rolled quietly into the gravel lot. Officers stepped out, surrounding her in silence. She didn't run. She didn't speak. She simply whispered, "I almost made it." Melissa Crane was arrested without incident and later charged with fraud, identity theft, and felony evasion. Her case remains one of the most bizarre self-staged disappearances in recent U.S. fugitive history, a chilling reminder that even the most carefully crafted escape can crumble from one tiny oversight.